Hey loves, the love story that you've written with your specific person is literally taking place at this current moment. I don't mean to alarm you, but it is currently happening right now. And if we're not aware of this and we don't look for the right signs of the right successes, we're going to completely miss it. And I can actually help you do this today in this video through the metaphor of imagining your love story like a book. So let's say you opened up a book and you're reading the love story of you and your specific person. Would you want it to have all of these adventures, all of these dates, all of these love tales and stories, or would you want them introduced on day one or page one and then on page two be married? We obviously know the answer would be more love, more adventure, more excitement, more fun, right? But sometimes we don't think of that in our reality, and thus we actually miss out on a whole bunch of amazing positive success that is going to bring you to your specific person in the quickest way possible. So most people refer to this concept as breadcrumbs. They think breadcrumbs are unacceptable. I can't accept anything less than exactly what I want. And I would agree with you. You are going to manifest exactly what you want, but the crazy thing is it's already happening and we're just missing it. And the reason is because we're trying to refuse these breadcrumbs. But remember, the story is going to be a bridge of events. And as we know, and as you've heard me say probably too many times in videos, that the bridge of events is always a logical path taking you from where you are to where you want to be. And that logical path is always aligned with the state. So if you were to read a book and on page one we're introduced and on page two they were married, you would be like, where's the story, right? Where's the love? Where's the excitement? That would be a book that you would absolutely throw away. But we accidentally try to manifest our love story with our specific person in that same exact way, but it doesn't create the outcomes that we want. And so when you go throughout your reality, I want you to look for these breadcrumbs that seem so negative and so bad and so not up to our standards, and realize that they are actually happening to take you to your specific person. Your specific person is already trying to reach out to you. They're already trying to text you. They've already tried to run into you on the street. Your reality is taking you two together right here and right now. Their love story is already happening, right? It's unfolding. But if we are only looking for that end page, for the end result, then we're going to completely miss it. And I know it sounds crazy to think that we're going to focus on or hype up some less than perfect successes, but that's exactly what we're going to do, because who is saying that those are less than perfect? If you were on a date with your specific person, would you say, well, this date sucks because we're not married? Absolutely not. You would enjoy it, right? If you got a text, would you be like, this text sucks because it's not a phone call? No, you would never, ever say that. And so I've had coaching, and I was actually working with someone earlier today that was talking about the same idea. And I basically gave them this same concept. We want to enjoy those. We want to be a success, because the more that we actually refuse these, what we refer to as small successes, I wouldn't say they're small, because the signs always follow. They never proceed, meaning once you get into the state, you start to see successes. And so these successes are a product of your manifestation and are a way of your reality bringing you two together. But if we are ignoring those, we're not going to get to our end state, because we're going to feel like a failure, right? If we are thinking that these successes are less than what we want, what is that internal state that you feel, right? You feel like you don't have enough. You feel as if you should be someplace else. And that's the feeling that actually ends up not messing up our manifestation, because you can't mess it up, but helps us or makes us completely miss all of the positive movement that is already happening with you and your specific person. And I actually had a little kind of graph that I made for this because for my members, I've been doing like a weekly workshop where every week for the 4 weeks we're doing something special. And then for the New Year's, I kind of had to wait a little bit to do the next one, but it should be out today. But here's the graph. And the metaphor in the workshop is about being a director, but it's the same thing as being an author. If we look on the left side, we have these aspects, right? We have emotional tone, inner dialogue, body language, setting details, rehearsal, all of that fun stuff when it comes to living the reality or the movie of your life. But on the top, we have a misaligned version and a directed version. So when we're going throughout our life, if we are not only being the director of our reality, but being the author of our reality, we can actually use these things to align ourselves with the state that is, I guess, more in alignment with the outcome that we want. So look at the first one, emotional tone. So when you're going out throughout your reality, do you feel as if you might have been in the misaligned version of fear, doubt, and insecurity? If that's the case, that's okay. We just have to switch them to confidence, love, and gratitude. So think about that. Looking at successes, you can be in a fear or doubt or insecurity towards what you're receiving. But if you switch that to gratitude, you're going to see more successes. I know no one actually believes me that when you begin to celebrate small successes, you get even more successes as a result. But then the next one, so inner dialogue. Are you talking negatively to yourself? Are you talking to yourself and saying that these successes are not good enough? Then we need to switch that. Affirmations of love and connection. These things are actually bringing you two together, as well as this body language. Now, as an author, I guess you could write the body language, but remember that your body language is a representation of what you're thinking within. Neville Goddard even talks about that anytime you have a thought or assumption, it's always reflected, no matter what, in a physical way in your reality. So maybe you're slouched or hesitant in your visualizations. When you're imagining being with your specific person, you're not imagining in a confident way. Just switch that around, right? Confident, open, loving gestures. And this can also be in your reality, but also within your visualizations, how you're approaching that, because your mind cannot tell the difference between what is real and what is imagined. Or setting. So if we're setting unclear scenes, things like that, we want to increase the sensory amount. We want to increase the details. We want to really feel it to be real. And you can go on and read the whole graph, because I know it's probably getting a little monotonous now. But when we think of rehearsal too, which is the next one, that's the last one I'm going to talk about. It's the amount of times that you kind of put yourself into a state, right? Kind of like frequency. Like I made a video about manifesting in 2025 for your specific person. And that was one of the things, because that's the most powerful or important things, right? The more you kind of frequently rehearse these successes, again, in your reality or within your mind, the more you're going to see or feel as a success and see the outcomes of success happen all around you. But I just want to reiterate, in what reality would us saying, oh, I'm not getting success, I'm not having the results I want, I'm not getting to this outcome, this success isn't good enough, in what reality does that actually match the law of assumption? And we would say, well, it doesn't, right? It doesn't at all, because to feel and assume as if you already have it is the outcome that you want. Because even on the graph, it talks about timing, right? We're not one day going to be with our specific person. We're not one day going to get the success. We're not feeling bad, feeling down, feeling negative right now. We are already with our specific person, right? It's a timing of now. You can only ever experience now. And I know sometimes I could make a video on this too, but when we think about things happening in the future, it sometimes does feel as if we already have it. So that's okay if that feels really good to you, but it's always now. You're already the person that can have it. You're already receiving success. And all you have to do is look around and pay attention, and you're going to see those successes happening all around you. Because again, nobody believes me. You might even watch this video and still not believe me, but you are already getting success. Your specific person already likes you. I could go into even more detail on that. It's already happening. You've already done it. I don't know how many more times I could say this, but it's true. In your reality, you are receiving successes, but we're just not paying attention to them. They're saying they're not good enough, but that's where we need to become the author of our reality. And you can absolutely do it. You can be with your specific person ASAP. You don't have to wait all of 2025. Some people say it takes like months or years to manifest your specific person. It does not need to take that long. If it has been taking that long, reach out to me, because we're going to switch that up, because you're not doing anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with time being taken. Remember, right? The author, like when you read a book, you want dates, you want fun, you want excitement. All of that makes the love story even better. But if you feel like you've waited a little too long, then I think it's time to change that. If you did like this video and you really want to support my channel, the best way to do it is just to leave a thumbs up on this video and comment some amazing, awesome affirmation that you think would absolutely help anyone out. As well as this, you can comment any questions that you want, and I'm going to make priority time to respond to them, especially for my members. Comment them down below. You can also reach out to me on my website at kyleaugustcoaching.com if you do want to reach me personally. And like I mentioned about the weekly workshop, thanks to all the members being so patient. That should be out today. And it's going to go into more detail about that graph I mentioned, because I know it might sound a little confusing, but it'll make a lot more sense in the workshop. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you again so much for stopping by today. Also, quick question. Do you guys like the crazy, weird thumbnails? I was trying a few different thumbnails out, and I thought it was kind of funny with like the Spider-Man one. If you've seen it, because YouTube does this like testing thing where you can test multiple thumbnails. So if you've seen that and you like it, let me know in the comments. If you didn't, let me know as well, because I was trying a few different new things out. Again, thank you so much for stopping by, taking the time to watch this today. Make sure to comment too when you get those awesome successes with your specific person in the comment section below. Let me know as well too if you like when I include success stories in my videos, because I know sometimes it's a hit or miss. Sometimes people are really inspired by them, but at the same time, some people feel not so good. So I was trying to stay away from making people feel bad or down about not receiving success. So definitely let me know about that. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video tomorrow.